Hello, this is Matthew Miller with the ZDNet Smartphones and Cell Phones blog. As you can see in front of me, I have my Galaxy Note 3, and I wrote a post earlier this week as I was debating whether to stick with this device or not, and we just saw this evening Google accidentally put up the Nexus 5 image and order page. Looks like the price is going to be for the 32 gig, which I would go for, is probably in the $399 range or something like that, maybe $429, which is pretty compelling. But there's some things on this Note 3 that no matter what the Nexus device may have, I think I'm going to stick with the Note 3. Now, I showed a video before about some of the video and camera things that made it appealing to me as a HTC One owner, because this device does have some of the capabilities of the One when it comes to creating some video highlights and things like that. But one of the most unique features of the Galaxy Note 3, and the feature that really, in my opinion, makes this easily the large phone, the best large phone, is the S Pen. You know, HTC has their new One Max. It's just a big one with actually a few less specs than that even has. So I think this is the primary one because of the S Pen. So I was going to walk through several of the S Pen features. Now, as you just saw there, when I pulled the S Pen out, the Air Command dial thing will pop up, and if I hover over it, it switches between Action Memo, Scrapbooker, Screen Write, S Finder, and Pen Window. And I'll kind of run through those real quickly, and then there's many more things to talk about. This is what the primary focus is to make it useful, and you might think, boy, that's about it. There's a whole lot more, so let's dive in and take a look. Now, one thing is the up in the top notification, you see the little pen. If I was to separate the pen from the Note 3, there would be a little vibration or a warning that would go off. It's a reminder, and you can set up and customize that within the settings itself. So let's dive into the Air Command. Also paying attention that there is a little button on the side of this. If I was to tap away from it, and then I would press and hold on the stylus button, or S Pen button, if I hover back over, the Action Memo pops back up. Or the Air Command, sorry. So first one is Action Memo. If I tap on that, now here's where you can do little sticky notes, jot notes, right? Like 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. Not very well. It's just so that's say type in a phone number. Let me just erase that. That was terrible. Let's try it again. So we push and hold, hover, Action Memo. I'm trying to record and write at the same time. I'm not that talented. So say you write a phone number, an address or something, you then come over here, you select part of it, and then you've got options, right? You hover over it and it'll show you this stuff. You can call that phone number, look up a contact or create a contact, messaging, send an email, go to the web browser, map it, or do a task. So Action Memo is a quick little handwriting note that has actionable items that you can take with those. So let me just close that, delete that one. Okay, the next one in the Air Command is Scrapbooker. Now, Scrapbooker is something I haven't really used much of yet. I don't know what to think. Oh, so yeah. So Scrapbooker, I launched that, right? And what you'll see when I hover the stylus is a little piece of it, right? So Scrapbooker is designed to capture some content. So I'll just grab some stuff, and then it will pull it into the scrapbook, right? There's the collected content that I have, and you can add memos and tags, and it's a collection of a bunch of different content that you would grab around your device. It looks very cool. I just have not had a chance after a week and a half or so to dive into creating a bunch of scrapbook content, but it's something I do want to do. Now, another one is Screen Write, right? So it takes a screenshot and then pops it up, and we can write on the screenshot, right? Up here, you can come up here, you can select your different pens. You can then go back and write some more. There's cropping. You can crop areas out. There's a bunch of different things you can erase, then you can share those, that kind of thing. So it just takes the screen and then allows you to do some manipulations on the screen itself. And that was screen right. Let's do it again, jump back into Air Command. The next one is S Finder. Now S Finder is a way to search for content on your device. Let's see if there's anything for ZDNet. And then it will pop up things such as you can see here, calendar, websites, contacts, that kind of thing. And you can filter by past 30 days, past 7 days, handwriting, notes. You can slide these and you can filter your search results doing that, okay? It's pretty cool. You can actually do, as I see in here, there's handwriting that you could be searching on and things too. So it's a pretty powerful search functionality. And that is S Finder. And then hover over again, Air Command pops up. The last one is Pen Window, right? So Pen Window, you get, again, kind of the same thing that you had with the scrapbook, but this time you're just going to draw some kind of a square or whatever kind of shape, really, I think. And then from there, an option will pop up with different apps that you can have in these windows, right? So I would say calculator for one, right? Now I can do this multiple times. So Pen Window, I'll show that again. Pen Window, here I'll put the phone, and then you can move these around, right? So you can have multiple little windows. If you tap this, it goes full size, okay? And then you can also tap that and make it minimal, and then it just shows as a button that you can move around. Tap on it, open it up, and then you can go to maximum and make it bigger as well. So that's the Air Command options that we get by hovering, and then they scrolling through them. So that's what most people see when they think of the S Pen, and that's part of it. Another one is, if you're to take the S Pen, let me go to a different screen here. Let's just go to ZDNet. Let's go to my site here real quick. So if you're to take the S Pen and press and hold on the button, then you would come to the, press and hold on the button, and you can come here and you can actually draw. It's hard to, I'm trying to get around the screen here. So here, press and hold, and then we draw around part of what some of the content we want to capture. So this is called Easy Clip, right? You press and hold, and as you press and hold, you make the movement. And as you can see, it outlined the content that I had circled. This is called Easy Clip again. And at the bottom, there's different ways that I could take that Easy Clip and share it. And as you can see, typical Android, multitude of ways that I can share that specific content. Now, the content itself, it's a kind of a free form. I can tap the circle, and then it will make a nice cleaner circle around the information. Make a square for auto shape, and then you can transform whatever I had into an auto shape, and then you can go plus or minus, make it bigger, make it smaller, that kind of thing, and then share that information. So that's a way to kind of clip something and then quickly share it as well. Okay, that's called Easy Clip. Now, another thing that we can do with the S Pen, it doesn't work in all apps, and for some reason it doesn't work in Twitter. I don't know why. So the ability to enter text with the pen works in some fields. Twitter, for some reason, doesn't work. It works with, say, Messenger. So I have the S Pen. I bring it over here, and I think you can see that. When I bring it over into a text field, a little icon pops up with a pen next to it. If I just tap that, I now have it appear down below a kind of a graffiti-looking area from the Palm days, right? And we can tap this button here. It toggles between the couple different modes that I'll show you here. So if we were to come down here and write, this is a test. Terrible writing, as you can see, but it recognized it, no problem at all. And then I could say done, but actually keep that information. I come back here again, tap this, oops. Okay, get back in here. Now, if I toggle this here, text change mode to drawing mode. and all previous text will be deleted. I say OK. Now, if I type in "this is a test," now it does no conversion. If I say "done," it's actually going to convert that into a JPEG, I think, file, a multimedia type file in text messaging, right? So I personally prefer the one where you actually enter the text and it recognizes it, and it does quite an amazing job. That's handwriting text input. Another thing that we have with the S Pen is, and this is a setting in the settings of the S Pen. You can come over here and have it hover over information. As you can see here, I'm hovering over these folders and it expands them. You could just find, let's see, calendar. I don't know if my calendar's here. But if I was to go into my full calendar, say I go into a month view, if you hover over a month, you can see that it bounces through. It shows the days. So there's some functionality there. It acts like your finger can also be used to set to do that in the settings, but I prefer the S Pen. Now, one of the major apps that really takes advantage of the S Pen is S Note, and I was messing around with it earlier today and learning quite a bit about what the S Pen does in here. So we're getting a new house. So say I go to the new house here. This is a S Note that I'm creating. These are a bunch of different colors and things that we're picking out, you know. So if I come in here and I say I want to edit it, so if I come in here to edit the note, if I tap over on the left menu, you can see what you can do with insert in S Note is voice memo, images, video, easy chart, illustration, clipboard, scrapbook, maps, sketch. Let me go ahead and add actually another page of this note. And not all of these obviously are easy pen or S Pen type of functions, right? There's voice memo, images, that kind of thing. I'm going to run through a couple of them that are useful with the pen. And don't forget, you can also come up here in the pen and just, you know, go through some presets, which I don't have yet, but you can go through the pens, you can change the line weights, the colors, all kinds of stuff like that. And then of course there's text mode, and then eraser, and then selection mode. So we'll go back to the pen. I'll come down here, and the first one I see is easy chart, right? So now there's a couple of different things that's really pretty cool, especially as an engineer, and you want to just kind of jot out some quick charts and tables and things. So the first one, the bar, line, and pie are all charts, and table is creating a table. So let me come in here on the table. I won't go through that. So all you do with a table is you simply drag how many rows, how many columns you want. You say done. It auto inserts those. You put in some units, you put in some labels, and you create a table. Really quick and easy, right? Now let's say we wanted to jump to a chart, right? So the chart, and it says right here, draw the bars to create a bar chart. Select help for more information about easy chart. Now what's really pretty cool is if you were to create a table, you could do the chart right away. But say you just wanted to sketch up a chart. So here's a table. Your units are 0 to 100, it's just kind of default. You come in here, say, well, this one's about 40. Where'd I go here? That one's 64. So this one's about 100 or 90 something. And as you can see, you can create a chart just by simply. It's very intuitive, right? You're just like, okay, the data shows me at about 40 there. I missed that. Must have made a connection. There's 42. And you can go through that way and create charts, right? There's bar, there's pie, and oops, there's back to the table that I created there. And you can easily jump between all of these different things, which is really pretty handy to create something like that on the fly so quickly. I mean, you can always do it in Excel, but it's kind of nice to do it with the S Pen. So jumping back over here, we see you can also do an illustration. You can choose here clip art or shape. If I say clip art, it opens up a bunch of selection of clip art. Say I want to do a coffee. There we go, and I can add more and do all kinds of editing there. Come back to illustration. Let's say shape. And then we can choose from a bunch of different shapes. Enter something here. And you know, you can move these around, create your notes, resize them, color on them, things like that. Come in here, clipboard, and then Scrapbook opens up the Scrapbook app, which I've talked about before. And maps, you can bring in Google Maps. capture different areas of Google Maps and do stuff with them. And then last one is Idea Sketch, right? And these are kind of some default ones. So say they tap on Actions, and I'll kind of scroll through so you can see some of these. These are just kind of little sketches that are in there by default. You can start with animals. There's a cat and a dog, right? So let's say I tap the dog. You put the dog in there, and I can start with a dog, right? Since I'm not a very good artist, it's kind of a cool way. I can actually make some fun art with that. So that's S Note, which is pretty powerful, and again, the pen has quite a bit to do with that. I'm going to go ahead and delete this page. You can see not a very good page of my note thing. One last thing I wanted to look at is show you just where the settings are at, see if I can find them. I believe it's in Controls. Most of them actually are in the S Pen. So there's the S Pen detection, the keeper, so you can pops an alert if you get too far away from it. Use it as a pointer, direct pen input, which is the handwriting I showed, and then some of those functions as well. And you can see there's other parts of it that have to do with the pen, such as the air view and the air command toggles as well, all in the settings that you can manage on the Galaxy Note 3. So as you can see, if you're a pen user, it's really a powerful device. And even if you're not, I'm having a blast discovering all of the different functionality that is in the S Pen, and look forward to much more of that. I mean, I've only been 2 weeks, so I think the Galaxy Note 3 is here to stay. I like to tweak with things, and this one's going to keep me busy for many months to come. Thanks for watching.